Tú puedes rentar algún caballo, si quieres pasear, yo te puedo rentar algún caballo. I'm going to give you 4 tips to understand fast Spanish in real time. I know it's difficult. Don't worry about it. I've been learning Spanish for 5 years and I got you. Make sure you stay to the end because after I give you these 4 tips, I'm going to test you to see if my methods actually worked. So when you are having a conversation with a native speaker, you need to know the topic. You need to know what are they addressing you with? What are they talking about? I say real Spanish is actually fast Spanish. When you get used to only listening to Spanish, when you are hearing your teachers talk really slow and explain everything to you like this, when you're on those streets, las calles, no one's going to talk to you like that. So let me give you an example. If you're talking to a waiter, the topic would be food or drinks, right? So you're not listening for conversation. You're listening based off of the vocabulary that you know about food and drinks. So in that type of situation, you're listening out for leche, hamburguesa, queso, té, el café, sin azúcar, right? You're listening out for words that you're familiar with because you're in a restaurant setting and likely the waiter is going to be asking you about food, about drinks. If someone is on the street selling you something, now you have to switch the topic, okay? So now you're listening out for different vocabulary like vender, which means to sell, barato is cheap, caro is high, is expensive. Most sentences only have a few base words that mean something. The rest of the sentence is fluff. Like the sentence I just said. What was the premise of that sentence? The sentence is fluff. If you had missed that whole sentence, you wouldn't have lost anything, right? That brings me right to my next point, which is body language. We are smart enough to know gestures. All of that is body language. You can even do body language with your eyes, like him over there, watch out for him. So just paying attention to the body language instead of focusing so much on, I don't understand every word. Do you understand the concept of the conversation that you're having with the person? Do you understand how they're trying to express themselves no matter how fast they are speaking? That's this big misconception that if you don't know every single word a native say, oh, I must not be fluent, I must not be Listen, put on some Bone Thugs and Harmony, and I completely have never learned English. I seen that my sister was already there. She said I'm gonna go get my stance. Do you know how many Spanish speakers do not know what the heck Bad Bunny be talking about?
Even there's a lot of Latinos who speak Spanish that they missing a lot, I think.
Like, to have that type of pressure on yourself is too much. Don't put a Spanish conversation on a pedestal like it is the all. No, you're communicating, you're connecting. That's way more important than trying to understand every single word. So some ways to not focus on trying to understand it all. Number 1 is to only listen out for familiar words that you are already accustomed to. Number 2, and this is very underrated, but ask questions. And my third tip for not trying to understand it all is do not just say yes. I am so guilty of this. I would get so frustrated and so confused when they were speaking too fast that when they would talk to me, I would say, sí, sí, yeah. See, you don't just say yes. You don't even know what you're saying yes to. I remember one time I said yes to something and like this bizarre meal came out. I did not know what the heck it was. I didn't even know what kind of meat it was. And it was just because I was too embarrassed to ask a question or I was too confused on how fast they were speaking that I didn't even try to recognize the things that I could understand. I just was immediately like, I don't understand any of it because it was so fast. This was a couple years ago. I would never do that now. I'm always asking, what is that? I don't know what that is. I do not want octopus. Okay, I want pescado frito, por favor. If you would like to speak Spanish with some real natives, I have an entire Speaking Spanish program where we speak Spanish with native speakers every single week. We learn, we laugh, we talk, and we build a community with other learners who are interested in Spanish. There's a 10% off discount code in the description. Don't get frustrated because you can't understand it all. Process what you can and use that opportunity to connect with another human. I want to remind you that the goal is not to understand it all. The goal is to comprehend and connect. Now that you know the 4 tips, which were to know the topic, to watch the body language, don't try to understand it all, and to process and connect. I want you to keep the 4 tips in mind as you watch this clip, and you will be so surprised how much you can understand with real street Spanish.
Media hora te puedo
Media
llevar.
hora,
Te
sí.
puedo llevar, es un tour alrededor de la ciudad. Está el otro tour que es de 1 hora, que es hasta la playa. También, si gustan, tengo caballos en la playa. Tú puedes rentar algún caballo, si quieres pasear, yo te puedo rentar algún caballo.
Sí.
¿Okay? El tour es alrededor de la ciudad, por los mejores lugares de la ciudad. La shopping area, maybe market, el tequila testing, el Civic Center, ¿ok?
Sí.
Pero el mejor es de papas and beer, ¿ok?
Papas and beer.
Papas and beer.
Una pregunta para ti.
Ajá.
¿Cuánto cuesta?
Ok, ¿cuántas personas son?
2 personas.
Ok, el precio real es de $25 por persona, pero si solo van a ir ustedes 2, yo los puedo llevar por $40.
$40.
Por los 2.
Para los.
Para los 2.
Cada
No, por los
ambos.
dos.
Sí. ¿Es muy lejos de aquí o
No,
cerca?
es alrededor de la ciudad, en los mejores lugares de la ciudad.
Go ahead and hit the like button if you like these tips and tell me in the comments how much of that conversation were you able to comprehend. If you want to hear an authentic Colombian accent, check this video out right here. This is actually one of my favorite interviews that I've done on this channel. I mean, we laughed and had a good old time. Nos vemos pronto. Ciao.